What is up, Internet? It is Dork by Night, and I am excited to bring you some more video games. The game I will be discussing today is Orc Attack. The game I am playing currently is Terraria. That should be pretty obvious to you. I'm assuming everyone has probably figured out what Terraria is by now. Anyway, moving on to talk about the game of the day. Orc Attack. Now, if you haven't seen the coverage on Orc Attack yet, feel free to go check out a video by Total Biscuit. He just released some footage from PAX on some hands-on of Orc Attack. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably thought, oh, this is just another Orcs Must Die clone, which is exactly what I expected. However, I was pleased to see that it, in fact, was not. This is a game that is supposed to be released on PS3, PC, and Xbox 360. So that's pretty exciting. To make things even more awesome, it is actually going to be a game you can play cross-platform. So if you wanted to play with me on PC from your Xbox 360, that would be totally fine. So moving on, let's explain the game a little bit. The game is definitely typical as far as orcs are concerned, where it's a hack and slash type game. Brawler, I believe, is a term that was used a few times, and the graphics honestly are pretty nice. It's I don't know, it's definitely, I would say it's better than the graphics in Orcs Must Die. The camera angle I'm actually pretty satisfied with. The only thing I'm a little iffy about is the fact that it's one of those games where if you and a friend are playing, you're not each gonna have your own like section of the screen. You're actually gonna share a screen, even if you're, you know, playing with someone from another country in the comfort of your own home. You're actually gonna share a screen, and what I mean by that is, if I want to go to the left of the screen and you want to go to the right of the screen, one of us is going to have to go ahead and give in and go where the other player goes, because it will not actually let you roam wherever you please. There is, it follows both characters. So if we both go to the left and right of the screen's going to stop moving, and one of us is going to have to give in and go whichever way has been suggested. So that part alone, I'm a little iffy about. However, if you're playing with friends, hopefully you're on vent, or maybe even in the same room if you're so lucky. Some other things I wanted to mention about the game. The storyline is basically the orcs are pushed out of their village by the evil humans who have taken over, and they used all their resources, and so it forced them up into the mountains for who knows how long. And while the orcs are in the mountains, recovering from the attacks of the humans, they're up there eating the food. Now, the food up there apparently is a very poisonous slash gassy, because one of the key components of Orc Attack is the fact that you have flatulence. You are a very gassy orc, so you can fart and you can burp, and you can fart and burp near campfires in order to make the campfires explode, which does damage to your enemies. Or you and the friend that you're playing with, if one of you burps and the other farts at the exact same time, you will cause an explosion of gas, and it will damage all of your foes. So that is kind of a silly aspect to the game. However, I will say it definitely brings some character. And what actually made me want to make this video is it kind of sent me down memory lane. I'm not sure what the average age of my viewers is. However, I will say, if you are old enough to have played the Super Nintendo, you might remember a game called Boogerman. This was definitely an old game, and the whole concept behind it was just ridiculous. The entire game was based on gas and boogers and snot and noses and flatulence and all that sort of thing. So I remember getting that as a kid in you know, when Blockbuster was still around. I remember getting that as a kid and renting it at Blockbuster and just thinking it was the greatest game ever because, of course, farting, burping, snot is hilarious. So anyway, that's kind of something that I had to reminisce about, and I wanted to know, have y'all ever played Boogerman? Just to expand a tiny bit more on Boogerman, basically you're a superhero who relies on his, I guess, allergies and gas and everything in between in order to take out monsters, basically. So you start the game off and you actually pick your nose and fling it, fling your boogers at foes in order to take them down. And you can turn around and he kind of like squats down and makes like this you know, oh, I'm trying so hard kind of face so that he can blast a fart out. And then he can do like a mild burp where it's just like a little and then there's also another one where he actually holds his throat and it seems as though his throat starts filling with this massive burp. And it's I don't know, it's pretty funny. So anyway, that was kind of just a short little you know, I guess this is a long video, but it was a short little explanation of Orc Attack. If you want to check that out, again, go to Total Biscuit's page and check out his PAX coverage. It definitely seems like a pretty interesting game. Hopefully it's not very expensive because in my opinion it would not be worth a $50 or $60 release. However, I might be willing to pay about $20 to play that game. So they said that the expected release date is sometime before Christmas. It's not 100% certain, but I'm thinking if they're a video game developer on the right path, they are probably gonna know it is in their best interest to release it before Christmas. So anyway, that is all for me today in my video game coverage. Be sure to subscribe up top if you haven't already. I will be posting videos on a weekly basis, giving some insight, some travels down memory lane, and I love the interaction from the community. So be sure to let me know down below if you remember Boogie Pickers and your thoughts and opinions on Orc Attack. That is all for me. I am Dork by Night. Peace out.